So SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, won MVP. You know what I'm saying? And you had the people. Like I said, I think the internet is mostly bots. That's what I'm starting to think. And the bots, they create a fire, and the fans keep it going, right? Oh, the free throw merchant or Jokic should have won it. Like I said before, I was saying this to somebody yesterday. I was like, through Jordan prime and LeBron's prime, you could have made a case that Jordan and LeBron should have won it every year. I think Shaq only won MVP once. You know what I'm saying? You could have made a case through them Laker runs that Shaquille O'Neal should have won every fucking year. You can make that case that Shaquille O'Neal should have been MVP for 3 or 4 straight years for the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? So check out the NBA Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So, them giving Jokic, these MVPs like that, and his numbers are undeniable. It's a numbers award. And I'm not saying he didn't have the impact, because I just feel like, honestly, the most valuable, not the most statistical, and that's kind of the debate was with Steve Nash. He was the engine that made Phoenix go, like it or not. He made other people better, value. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that team got a lot of young talent, but, come on now. He's the best player on that team. He's the motor. And he's so disrespected. Like, he's one of the most disrespected. I hear people, I'd rather have Anthony Edwards over it. And I get it. He got the aura, and I would agree with that. But, man, he is the best player probably going right now. Take away the statistics and just look at what he's doing. There's no Jamal Murray. There's no Aaron Gordon. There's no, even Michael Porter had a shoulder injury. It's literally him. Shat Holmgren, he ain't been what advertised coming out of high school. But he dealt with some injuries, whatever, but he's solid. Isaiah Hartenstein, he's solid. Jalen Williams is coming into his own. He coming, and maybe he'll make his mark, but really it's Shai by far. It's just getting buckets, and they said foul march. Yeah, it's hard for me to watch the games between him and Jalen Brunson because they're literally running up to people, drawing foul. They said it was an art to draw foul, man. It's a man's game. This is a man's game. Come on, let's stop trying to draw fouls. And that's why it's so much easier to score is because, and what's so funny about it is I really don't understand the subjectiveness of the NBA. When it was Harden, they let Harden have his run, and then they forced Harden to stop. That should have been it. I will say that. That should have been it for James Harden. That should have been it. When Harden was doing that, they shouldn't allow that anymore, But it is what it is. So that's really the only complaint. On a night-to-night basis, you know what you're getting from him. A killer. A winner. The best record in the league. And without him, I don't think they're a playoff team. So I have no issue with that brother getting MVP. You're always looking at numbers. Numbers isn't always value. And I respect what Jokic's doing. Oh, look at the numbers, but look at what Oklahoma City Thunder doing. His number 2 player is nowhere close to Jamal Murray. And they minimize him because he plays in OKC. Let's hear what it is, because he plays in OKC. Because you make the case that Jalen Brunson is the best player left. Yes, he's not Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He ain't even an MVP conversation. He ain't Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's call it what it is. He ain't Shai. As good as Jalen Brunson is, he's not Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a fact. If he was, he'd be fucking MVP, right? So it's just that the man playing that market and people don't see a lot of Oklahoma City. And this is why you see players that don't really want to play in places like that, because they don't get the same spotlight. It don't hit the same. Even though, they are the king of Oklahoma. Ain't much going on in Oklahoma. Well, Texas getting casinos now, shit, you know what I'm saying? How they gonna keep the lights on? But, yeah, I'm just saying. But a man, a dog. Now, he thanked his wife and said, she believed in him when nobody else did, and or his girlfriend, whoever it is. I remember they moved into that house. I forget, it was something going on with the house they moved into. But, shout out to him. People forget he Canadian. That might have something to do with it. And, for the Keishas wondering why they can't get a black man or NBA baller, listen to what he said. He was there. He was there. He was there. Once again, he was there. He was there. She was there. It wasn't even a right way to go, bro, but whatever. She was there. And when you see somebody that's actually there and grinding and putting the work in with you on there during the struggle, women don't understand. That goes a long way. Who wants you to, not go through the bumpy parts of the ride? Right? Not go through the bumpy parts of the ride. Right? But you just want to be here for the smooth sailing. It's crazy. So shout out the dog. Well deserved. Like I said, at one point you could have gave the MVP to Michael Jordan every year. You could have gave it to LeBron every year, but they didn't. They didn't, man. So I know a lot of people have a hard time understanding that. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.